Alright.
Welcome to my version of Arcane Knight, you sparkling bastards. Frankly, I don't like doing Paladin builds, be it multiclass or anything else, because ever since I did the first build for Pillars of Eternity and figured out that Flames of Devotion is such an overpowered skill, I tried to stay clear of it. You can multiclass anything with Paladin and just spam Flames of Devotion, game over. This one is really interesting because it's powerful as hell build. We will still use Flames of Devotion, unfortunately, but that's what you have to do in this instance. With this you can solo, and with this build you are tank, DPS and self buffer. It's a ridiculously powerful build, so without further ado, let's get to it. This is the build. No subclass wizard is the best wizard, and Paladin Bleakwalkers is the best Paladin. So you have two subclasses that are absolutely the best for their corresponding class, and they work very well together. I don't think I need to explain Bleakwalkers anymore, everyone's using them. For race, go for whatever you want, although godlike, fire godlike in particular would be a really good choice here. But then again, nature godlike with their power level increase or moon godlike are also fantastic choices. But honestly, they are fantastic choices for anything. The downside is they cannot use helmet, and I'm using a really nice helmet that boosts my recovery time with two-handed weapons. My stats are this: Might 16, Constitution 10, Dexterity needs to be maxed out. We don't have a way to increase our dexterity, so it's important to do it. Perception is at 15, Intellect is at 8. You can boost it further with some items, and also with the very first spell that we cast in combat, we will increase our intellect by +5. And Resolve is at 10. We're gonna have plenty of defenses, so I just left it at 10. If you want, you can lower it a bit further and put some more points into perception. From the wizard abilities, the active ones, what you need is Langrand Safeguard and Displaced Image. These are must. Oh yeah, and these two. Infuse with Vital Essence and Merciless Gaze. These four are must, so I would definitely suggest putting points into these skills, while also you can add Grimoire of any kind to do offensive things. Before your higher level and before you get to Langrand Safeguard, use Iron Skin. It gives you +5 armor rating. Langrand Safeguard gives you also +5 armor rating, so it renders Iron Skin useless. Also, for first couple of levels, go for Wizard's Double, Spirit Shield, Mirrored Image is also a nice defensive one. Later, when you get to Displaced Image, you don't need any more Mirrored Image and Wizard's Double. From the passive ones, two-handed style, up to you what you want for a weapon. Really up to you. You can go two-weapon style, which is even better, because then you will have less recovery time. And also Flames of Devotion is a full attack skill, so you'll do damage with both weapons when using Flames of Devotion. I just like two-handed style on Paladin, I don't know why, maybe a role player in me, I don't know. Combat Focus, Spirit of Decay and Sign of Flame are a must, because Flames of Devotion does two types of damage with Bleakwalker subclass, that is burn damage and corrode damage. With increased penetration for both, we will do more damage overall, simple as that. Rapid Casting, Uncanny Luck, Improved Critical. From the Paladin abilities, what you need is Sworn Enemy upgraded to Sworn Rival or Brand Enemy. Earlier in the game I would suggest go for Sworn Rival to reduce zeal costs, but later on you can go for Brand Enemy because you will kill enemies left and right, and with it you will constantly replenish zeal from this passive ability called Virtuous Triumph. Flames of Devotion upgraded to Eternal Devotion. Now you can see that next to plus 25% damage delta is burn, we also have plus 10 damage delta is burn for 15 seconds and plus 15% damage delta is corrode. That is thanks to Bleak Walker's subclass. Zealous Aura upgraded to Exalted Focus. Now you have plus 5 accuracy, 5% of hits converted to crits, which stacks with Uncanny Luck. So now we have 10% of hits converted to crits. That's it from active abilities. Retribution from passive ones. This one is optional. I had to pick something at first level, so I went with this. Although I think now that this would be a better choice. Or maybe this, Deep Faith. But it depends on the reputation. Inspired Defenses is a good defensive thing. Divine Purpose, plus 20 to all defenses against Resolve, Dexterity, Might Afflictions, really useful. Then you have Inspired Path. And for the last one, Stoic Steel. And the aforementioned Virtuous Triumph. I still have 1 point remaining, and if I remove this one I can put it into something else. What would I go for? I would go, I think, for some defensive things like Clear Head and Mental Fortress. These sound really nice. I know most of you would suggest Glorious Beacon to Inspired Beacon, but we are already casting a lot of spells, so one more is not such a great idea, but you can go for it if you want. As for the gear, go for light armor. You simply don't need anything more than light armor. With the exceptional armor, you're gonna have base armor rating 9. And that's only with exceptional. If I upgrade it here, then it goes to 12 and maximum is 14 from what I understand. Plus, we gonna get bonuses from Stoic Steel and Langrand Safeguard to our armor rating. If you can, grab yourself this helmet, Helm of the Falcon. It reduces recovery time with two-handed melee weapons, but that's only if you're using a two-handed weapon. For Grimoire I went with Nilgaun's Teachings because it's the best one that I have, and it's got some amazing offensive spells. Combat demonstration time. We start by infusing ourselves with Vital Essence to get Fit plus Smart Inspirations, which increase our Constitution and Intellect plus 5. After that we use Langrand's Displaced Image, and then we use Langrand's Safeguard. Now we are buffed to Bloody Hell, and now we use Merciless Gaze. We are done with buffing ourselves, now it's time to deal some damage. If you're up against some ranged opponents, Chill Fog is always a nice way of reducing their accuracy by blinding them. Plus, with this setup I have Freezing Pillar, which is amazing AoE damage spell, and we have some other goodies as well. The rest comes down to using Sword Enemy and Flames of Devotion to bring down the bastards fast, which you will, especially if you have Whispers of Endless Path Greatsword. It is the best greatsword in the game, and this is a fantastic way to use it. With all these buffs you are really hard to kill. You are not immortal, so I would suggest that you put maybe Athletics if you're soloing, just so that you can have that safe switch to heal yourself if things go south. If you're not playing solo, then there's no need for Athletics. One Greater Lay on Hands and you're gonna be safe forever. Our DPS is crazy because of the hit to crit conversion rate and also thanks to Flame's Devotion. Plus we also receive from Scion of Flame and Spirit of Decay penetration increase with Flames of Devotion ability. So there you go, you have everything you need. Oh yeah, don't forget to use the modal ability for Greatsword to increase damage even further. That would be all. I hope you bastards enjoyed the build, and see you all soon.
Quick, toss me something. You can't win. This weapon's this fight is mine. Better try something else. That's how it's done.